maintenance shop provides comprehensive preventive maintenance feature. But proper setup is important to make sure that that functions properly. So if we look at our asset master table, and we look at a metered asset, and take a look at the metered section, you'll see that for every asset, we can have up to 3 meters installed. And as we covered in the asset master table, it tracks current and true hours. And this is the section here where you assign, as we covered in the service code video, your PM service codes for each asset. Now you can do services based on days, hours, or both. If an asset is non-metered, obviously you would only be able to calculate off of days. But it is important that you assign a PM service code to each asset that you want to track preventive maintenance repair on. And what defines a PM service code, as we covered in the service code video, is the presence of a value in the hours or the days between field in the service code master table. So if we go to a PM service code, you'll see that there's a value in the days or hours. Okay. Now, as long as there's a PM service code, and then you have that PM service code assigned to a specific asset, the triggering function occurs between the meter processing and the work order function. If you're updating your meters on a regular basis via the meter processing, the PM due report under the Reports tab will look at what's currently on the truck and then what the next PM date is. And then you have the ability to predict out through that report. You can run that report and say, I'd like to see 30 days in the future, and it will tell you what assets are coming due for PM for scheduling purposes. So once you have the report and you know what assets are about to be PM'd, in order to keep that information updated, that occurs in the work order process. So now we have our asset with an assigned service code of a PM stature. So when we go to a work order and we create a new work order for a metered asset, I'm going to put in the meter reading. And we're going to go down and we're going to add a job. Now here is where it is important that we specify the PM service code and that this is a preventive maintenance repair. We'll put in the hours worked. And we'll save that work order. And we'll say that that work order is completed. Now, when we go and post this work order for this asset, the system will take the current meter reading and it will update the current meter reading and the last PM date in the asset master table. That puts this back into the cycle for PM scheduling, and it will appear on the report when it's next due. A proper meter processing, meter updating process is important. The more frequently you do it, the more up-to-date your PM report will be. Once a month would be probably minimal. And with the maintenance shop, it's a matter of simply walking around your facility with your mobile phone or your iPad and updating the meter readings from your assets via the meter process. So again, briefly to review, with a service code that has a value in days or hours between, signifying a PM service code. That service code assigned to a specific asset, and then PM work orders being coded with the proper service code, the proper repair reason for preventive maintenance, and correct hour meter readings. And following those 3 simple processes will keep your fleet running at optimal efficiency. And that's an overview of the preventive maintenance function within the maintenance shop.